Okay, just moonwalked over here. Anyway, hey everybody, I'm going to be doing a video on my plate carrier setups. Why I have my plate carrier setups, how I have my plate carrier set up, when I have my plate carrier set up, and where I have my plate carrier set up. So we will be talking first about the most recent one that I was just wearing last Friday. So this is my Faro version 5. So we will start with the back. So when I'm running a gas mask, I will usually have my C420 PAPR unit strapped on my back. Not really strapped, it's more Velcro. Check this out. You see I have like little Velcro strips on the back. So when I'm not running a gas mask, I'm running something like a mandible or just a regular mask, I will have my GMR little Velcro panel adapter for the Mini-Mac. Not the Mini-Mac, because the Mini-Mac's a little bit bigger. I do wish I had the zipper panel adapter, because the only reason that I still have this on my back is because I don't like Molly, dude. It just takes way too long, and I'm just very lazy. I don't want to take it off. But now that we got that out of the way, we can now talk about the cummerbunds. So each and every one of my plate carriers will have some form of quick detach. I don't like the idea of like yanking my placard off to put my cummerbund on like under it. Like I might have a touch of autism, and let me tell you why. Because every time that I put it on differently, I can feel it. Like it's either too tight, it's too loose, it's not straight. Like, and it's not even by like a little. It's not even by like a lot. It's by just a little bit. I can just tell like the feeling's a little bit off. And I like the quick detach because it's like the same feeling every single time, so I just know what to expect. But I don't know if I'm weird for that, but everybody tells me it's not a big deal, and it is. So the cummerbunds that I like to use the elastic cummerbunds on the side. So I have the P-Tac ones that I've modified and used a soldering iron and zip tie to do because I didn't know how to sew. I have those on because I don't know if you guys have ever looked into it, but getting the elastic quick detach cummerbunds is very difficult for a price that you want it. So generally people want to charge about $200 to $150 for those, like pre-made. And I don't want to pay that for the elastics. I really don't, because there's not much that goes into it, dude. It's just very simple. But that's why I made my own, and I like it a lot. But you might be thinking, what do you put in there? 90% of the time, well, 100% of the time, I put my radio on the left side. I have it towards the front because I have a big antenna. I used to have it toward my back, but I noticed that when I'd approach buildings, sometimes that antenna would like smack a wall, and people would just know where I was instantly. For the other side, I don't really put mags or anything in here. Usually when I put the mags in there, I forget that I have them. So generally speaking, I don't really use that. I just use the right side. I really like the feel of them too. I love them. Anyway, now that we got done doing all that, we can now talk about the front of this. So let me do something real quick. Get out of here. Anyways, let me take this off too. Don't break it. So now we can just talk about the front. So the front, I have a Krydex Mark III placard here. I do wish I kind of spent a little bit more money and got a name brand one, because if you shove all your mags in there, you can't fit like the 6 mag. It's supposed to hold 6 of them, but there's something off about these that it won't let me put that. It won't let me put the 6.1 in there, and it's supposed to do that. And also, I do have the little dangler that comes with that. We'll talk about that in a second. But these come with these buckles on the side, and you're supposed to interlock that with like a chest rig adapter or with like the Haley Strategic flat pack. It does fit. I've put my real flat pack on there before. It's very inconvenient to do that. I don't know why, I just don't like it. And but also those buckles, if you have your sling on and you push your gun out, sometimes your sling will get caught in it, so then your gun can't go out properly. You have to like force it forward to like get your buckle off the sling. So I just cut them off. Also, it's a little bit of a safety hazard because they're cheap Chinesium buckles. So one time I accidentally smashed one of them. I wasn't even doing nothing crazy, and they create these sharp, jagged edges, and I ran my hand across it, and it cut my hand like really bad. So my suggestion, if you're not running a chest rig and you're not plugging your back panel, like your flat pack into it, don't keep them, cut them off. I don't like them. So I don't have like the Kydex insert, I have the elastic ones. On my other plate carrier, I do have the Kydex. I can take that or leave it. There's not much that goes into that. I have, for this plate carrier, I have the Task Force Doomer little red demon patch. I do generally like the black and red aesthetic. And I have my PTT. My PTT is secured by Velcro. You might think it falls off all the time, but surprise, surprise, it doesn't. It's not like the super big Velcro you get from Walmart. It's actually the smaller one that stays on there a lot better, even though it's rated for less pressure. And you might notice that now I don't have the back panel on. It's because, well, when you buy these originally, they don't come with the dual cover buckles. You do have to buy the second cover buckle. I do that for all of my FCPCs. I just really like this feature. Like, look at that, isn't that so cool? I think that's cool. Now that I got all, oh wait, forgot to talk about the dangler. You almost skipped on that. So for my dangler, I use my dangler just for my grenades. It's just more convenient for me. And I always have the zipper on on like one side only, so I can just know where it's at, yank it out, pull a nade out, throw it. And I use the back panel of the dangler for like my phone, my wallet, and all that. That is because how I have my battle belt set up is that I can't access my pockets because I'll have like a Safariland drop leg right here that stops me from looking at getting into my pocket, and I'll have like a big MDOM like drop pouch, or what's that called? Dump pouch. And it'll also stop me from accessing my second pocket. So I gotta shove all the things in my pocket into my plate carrier. Sad life, I know. Anyways, is there anything else that we have to touch on? No. All right. So now let's talk about this one, because this is much of the same thing, just a little bit different. So this is my Faro version 5, but in Air 1. But it has the assault cummerbunds on the side. I like the assault cummerbunds. I don't hate them. That's just what it came with when I got it through a trade. I like them. They're pretty drippy. They're pretty nice, pretty grippy, and it comes with the Cobra buckle quick detach, because I know that there is the Spiritus tube quick detach for the Faro version 5. You can get either the tubes or the buckles. If I had a choice, I'd go with the tubes because the tubes weren't available at the time. I don't know. These buckles, sometimes, because the buckles are so small, I'll miss the entry. And then I have to like really look down there to get it. I don't know how to manage that other than to get good. You might notice that the placard I have in the front is completely different. They don't make the Mark III placards in Air 1. You know, I do very much care about camo coordination sometimes. And that is something that I don't want to do. But you might be thinking, well, why do you have the tube socks, the Faro tube socks that you have on every single one of your plate carriers? How come that's multi-cam? Like, I was doing an impression kit at the time. Anyways, so with these, you might notice that I'm holding less mags. So I fixed that issue by putting some Faro wingmen on the side. I use that wingman to carry my radio. And I use this wingman to carry an extra mag, and then I'll just have the other like 5th mag in my hand. It does come with the dangler. So I don't know what dangler this is actually. I think it's a Clone Repro dangler. Let me tell you something. This whole plate carrier is a Clone Repro, aside from like the extra cover buckle, the clip, and the socks. And the quick detach. Like, this is not a real Air 1 Faro FCPC. It's just a second one. You wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. Anyways, now let's talk about my last one. This one is the Faro Slickster. I got this during 2021, the biggest flex of all time, because you couldn't get these anywhere during that year. That was a bad year for gear, dude. I got scalped like crazy. I'm surprised I still have hair. So I have the Mark III placard on it. I have the P-Tech modified cummerbunds on it. I have the Pharaoh socks on it. I really like the Pharaoh socks. I have them on all my plate carriers. They're just really comfortable. They don't have that mesh, you know, that a lot of other shoulder pads have, where they're like this thick and it's like a pillow sitting on your shoulders, and then that mesh touches your neck. It just makes it feel weird, and it makes your neck look all red, and it makes your neck feel all itchy, and it just sucks. I fucking hate it. I hate. And anyway, but I like these because you can like route stuff through it. The only thing I really route through is like a Camelback adapter, like Camelback hose. I used to run PTTs through it, PTT wires through it, but it's just route the radio through the front. You don't have to do all that. It does have the I forgot where this is from, but this is like a knockoff Kydex retention holster. I don't really mind it at all. I don't really trip off having it. But other than that, it has a dangler. This is a really simple setup, and yeah, like, you know, I don't really have crazy amounts of knowledge to drop on plate carrier setups. So now that people on Instagram will stop asking me about how should they set up their plate carriers, just set it up how you like, dude. I don't know.